Hi everyone, Dennis Foley from Acoustic Fields. People ask me all the time, how can I tell if I have a high resolution room? Well, there's little things that you could look for, and then there's also measurements that you could look for. You have to do the measurements first and, get a baseline established in the room. And then you spend some more time listening. It's a tuning process. We call it voicing. And then you find out the things you like, find out the things that you don't like, and we tune for the things that you like. It can all be done, but it's a painfully slow process sometimes, But that's the fun of the journey. And if you like that, it's a great journey to go. So I go through it every day here in the studio. So we have two issues. Today we're going to talk about, can you hear your glasses? This is one way, an unobtrusive measure, if you will, to test the resolution of your room. So let's kind of walk through it. So what do we have? Pressure and reflections, right? Reflections, mids and highs, strike our faces. Pressure waves wash over our whole. Let's think of our whole skeletal system as our ears with low frequency pressure. So the middle frequencies and the high frequencies are reflected energy, mostly direct too, but it's a combination of these two that strike our face, right? What happens when it strikes our face? Well, it's impacted by the structures on our face. I would imagine there's some absorption going on based on the materials, of the technology, if you will. But the bottom line here is you've got glasses. When you put them on your head, you've got a skin, which is a softer surface versus plastic and metal. We always say, for simplicity's sake, sound takes on the characteristics of the surface areas that it strikes. So you don't want any plastic and metal really close to the antenna or your ears, right? So reflections from harder surfaces can be noticed much more dramatically close to the ears. So if you have a pair of glasses, reading or whatever you use, just put them on and listen. Take them off and listen. Do it every 60 seconds or so. 30 seconds probably you'll be able to hear. You should be able to hear some differences. Obviously, it'll be middle and high frequency differences, but that's okay. You could apply SBIE, speaker boundary interference effect, where speakers too close to a boundary surface and you get all this going on, confusing the direct energy. So you don't want any physical metal above your ears. Sidewall reflections, our sidewall reflections in any of our critical listening environments are very, very important. The time signature of those reflections so that they don't interfere with the direct energy, that they always kind of come a little bit behind the direct energy. So we don't want to get this case where the reflected energy gets ahead of the direct energy. That's not good. That's phase, and that you don't want phase in that part of the system, that part of the process. So you got to balance the direct versus the speaker height, versus listening height. If you start adjusting that too, can be really, really helpful. That's another simple measure. Raise your speakers, raise your listening height the same distance. Try 2 inches. We have products for that to do that. If you really get serious and want to put treatment in there, it's very, very amazing. Because the ceiling to the floor reflections are the ones you hear first, and they happen first. I know that's a crazy thing to say, but the time signatures show that they do. So they're there at the listening position before the sidewalls. So if you're hearing, or if you're listening instead of just hearing, you'll be able to hear that, so to speak. So it's a higher resolution test, for middle and high frequencies. Low frequencies, completely different thing. Pressure waves, we kind of have to come up with a new vocabulary to define pressure waves. And I'm doing that now with low frequency. And we're going to focus on tone and pitch. We're going to keep those characteristics that are characteristics of all sound, and we're going to apply it to low frequency subwoofers, for example. And I'm going to show you when you play subwoofers in the corners of the room, you destroy that tone and pitch. So there's all kinds of things that are said out there, but when it comes to resolution as your mission, very few things can cross that line and pass that test. Can you hear your glasses? I hope this helps. Thank you. Thank you for watching this video, and if you liked it, please give us a thumbs up. We also have a newsletter that you can subscribe to, so please do that because we offer special price discounts to only those on our newsletter. And then don't forget about our forum. We have started a forum on our own website where people ask questions, and I usually get a chance every couple of days to look at it. There's an interchange between people on the forum, and we'll give you real answers on a regular basis, so that'll help you. Thank you.